Everyone, guess what time it is? It's time for another segment of Meet a Scientist Monday, our weekly segment that reminds us that scientists are not just old dead white guys, but scientists are all types of people. So, who are we going to meet today? Today we are going to meet this lovely woman named Atreyee Bakataraya. Let's see what she has to do with science. All right. So Atreyee Bhattacharya is an analytical chemist. And the cool thing about her is look at where she is working. Doesn't look like a normal lab or even like a normal scientist in terms of goggles and apron and those kinds of things. That's because, again, scientists are all different types of people doing all different types of work. So Bhattacharya was interested in science to study issues that affect our everyday life. And she's been interested in that since elementary school. So not even just something that, happened in college or something that happened after she graduated, but something she was always kind of curious about. And what she studies is she's going around the world and she's studying how the changing climate, so the way our weather patterns are changing, is drying out the soil, which is causing huge dust storms that are interfering with rainfall patterns. So she is going to different tropical areas mostly where there's a lot of like dust and dust storms and things that are happening because things are just getting drier there. And so she's doing a lot of things, scuba diving and trying to notice how does that affect the water life that's underwater and also just the areas and plants and animals and fish and all of those kinds of things. So this is something that she was interested in all the way back in elementary school, and she was able to turn it into a job. Pretty cool. Good job, Atreyee. So the other thing that we do, of course, every week when we talk about the scientists are also what do they do to maybe get there. So to become an analytical chemist, so that's what Atreyee is doing, probably what happened is went to a 4-year college or a university and probably got an analytical chemistry degree, or maybe a chemistry degree, or maybe a physics degree. So a bachelor's degree is kind of what we think of as our that's what you get as at a regular college. So that's your 4-year degree. Even if it takes you a little bit more or less time than 4 years, the bachelor's degree is kind of what you consider your base college degree to be. So that's probably what she did. And then getting a job in that field probably starts off making around $35,000, a little bit less, and maybe between $55,000. However, one thing you'll notice the more we talk about these different types of jobs is that the more experience you get or the more education you get, you are rewarded for that. So this idea in terms of giving you sort of an idea, right now in this area, the average annual income of a household is about $50,000. So this is one person making between $35,000 and $55,000. So in terms of being able to live, it would be pretty comfortable. You'd be able to pay your bills, pay rent, make car payments, buy gas for your cars, those kinds of things. You'd have some money left over as long as you, were smart about, debt and any of that thing. You'd be able to do some fun things too and be able to survive and have a pretty comfortable life. So just in order to give you an idea of what that kind of money actually means. So let's go back one more time. Atreyee Bhattacharya. So a pretty cool way to introduce science into her world that's maybe not in a way that you had thought about before. All right, that ends your weekly segment of Meet a Scientist Monday. Thanks for listening.